Hi everyone, welcome to session 4 of our CRM planning course, which is focused on selling your solution. In this session, we're going to look at why our demo is important, your learning styles, preparing for a demo, how to tell a story, how to set up your demo, how to develop your script, and then how to do a demo run through. So how do you sell a solution to your audience? So let's think for a moment about why a demo is important. So a demo will take place throughout the sales process. Now, this could include pre-customer engagement. So it might be somebody that you're pitching into that doesn't have Salesforce already. This could be an organization, or it could be a department where you currently work. But also, you'll also have to do demos during the design workshops, which is where you're kind of helping people understand, well, what features are possible to me? What could I possibly have that I don't know about? So you're starting to really map out more detailed business improvement processes with them, but demonstrating to them what it looks like. And then finally, in the end user training, you're going to be demoing this system to them and showing them how it works. So you want a great demo. So all of the tips that I'm showing you will support you throughout your implementation life cycle. Ultimately, we want you to get users enthused, excited, and engaged about how this new technology will support them at every stage of the journey. Now, creating a tailored demo is an important part of this process. So your audience can visualize how the solution can help them achieve their professional goals. And that very much reflects back on session 2 and session 3. If you understand what they need and what they see as a measure of success, then you can put together a demo that will help them see that. And that will help them visualize, oh God, I get it. This is going to help me achieve X, Y, Z. It also gives you the opportunity to showcase Salesforce to your audience, some of whom may never have seen it before. So if you're in a design workshop and some people around the table, you're saying, well, what do you want Salesforce to do for you? Or how, and they've never seen it before, it's going to be very difficult for them. So, having the demo there firsthand while you're kind of doing some of the design to kind of show and tell what's possible is really important to bring it to life. And you can explain the range of features. And what we tend to find is if you tell them and show them what's possible, they might have started off with a list of 4 things they want, but by the time you kind of give them the Rolls-Royce version of what's possible, you might end up, you suddenly got, another 20 requirements on your list that you didn't have before. Now, that can be a good or bad thing depending on their budget, right? They might suddenly go, oh my God, I didn't know I could do all these amazing things for us. It's going to transform my life. Like they might increase their budget because they see that there's going to be an even greater return on investment than they realized. Or they might decide, well, actually, from that, we'll prioritize these things. But second stage, third stage rollout will implement these other aspects. So they don't know what they want or need until they know what's possible. So that's again why an important demo is great, and it's good to do show and tell the things that you think is relevant to that organization. Don't show them stuff that isn't relevant. So have a demo that will kind of give them what they need, and it will allow you to sell in the benefits. So yes, you might be thinking, well, I'm not in the sales team, why do I need to do this? Well, as a consultant or as an internal admin, selling this in to your teams and departments and getting them bought in at any point, whether it's selling it in for the first time or selling it into a new member of staff who's joining, training them on the system, it will be important. But you'll also need to be aware of their different learning styles during the demo. So let's just have a reflection on learning styles, because how you present the demo and some of the follow-up to that process will be important. So most individuals will have a primary learning style and then also a secondary one. So kinetic is they like to feel how something works. So they want to see how it will meet their needs, and you might need to let them have a go. So, can they have a play with the demo org after it? I have been in a pitch where we pitched a CRM solution where I could just tell the guy just needed to play with the system. in order to be able to decide if it was right for him or not, because he loves building out solutions. He wanted to see the setup, and things that are going on. And there's no way he would have made a decision on the system through just seeing it on a screen. Absolutely no way. So anticipate if they're that kind of person. It's about how they feel about something, how they operate. Visual. They like to see how something looks. So they're the people in the room that really go, oh, it looks nice. Oh, I like that. They're seeing how it looks. Now, what can really add value here is that they can see that it aligns with their needs, which is what we've talked about already, but also about putting their brand logo in there and putting some relevant content to them that makes sense. So they visually can see how it relates to their organisation. And then you've got audio digital. So they like to know the details of the solution and the service provider. So that's going back to that slide where we looked at all the comparative information. They like to include information. You might want to talk about the scale of Salesforce, the evidence of the ROI within your demo. So you might need to do a bit of introduction to Salesforce first, and then move on to the demo, sort of telling the visuals of how it looks. And then you've got audio, people who are kind of audio learning styles. So they want to hear similar stories to their own. So you might want to reference or refer to similar case studies in your script. So you could say, we understand that your organization wants to increase sales and automate sales processes to achieve XYZ, increase your revenue this year. Now, so-and-so, which is a similar industry or sector company, also did this last year. And here's their case study. If you want to read this later, it's there for you to read. Give them that reference to other stories where they've heard that this similar outcome has been achieved, and drop those into your demo conversation. You don't want to move away from the demo. You want to drop it there. You could do some show and tell at the end, or you could bring a referee to that meeting or a case study to that meeting with you, or set up a separate call afterwards. But they're people that need to hear similar stories. So they're the different learning styles that you'll need to be considerate of when you go through this. So when you prepare for a demo, it's important to participate in a discovery exercise before you prepare. So that's very much reflecting back on session 1, session 2 and session 3. You then want to personalize the demo and demo script before you deliver it, and we'll go on to that in a minute. And then you want to practice your demo before you take it to your audience so you don't trip up. Now, if you're not confident in presenting, you might want to do a separate presentation skills course, if you're not confident in public speaking, but you will need to stand up there and present, what you're going to do, and particularly to the executive sponsors who are going to invest the money in this. So once you're moving forward your demo, you've understood what the business is doing, you've understand what the return on investment could be, you want to recite that story back to them. So you want to turn it into a story and narrative about the situation during the demo. Talk about what you're going to show during the demo, e.g., it's a solution that's going to improve sales performance or customer service. Do a demo for different teams or different departments and communicate to them to say, right, I'm now going to show you how you're going to solve XYZ through implementing automation, etc. And that's going to help you increase your revenue. So set the context, reinforce their goals and their pain points up front, and then move into the solution and the demo. You need to sell in. Now, people buy because it will help them solve a pain. So communicate the executive value, communicate the management benefits and value, and the operational benefits. Elicit and reinforce personalised points wherever possible. Understand who people are and what their motivations are, and pull them out in the room. Say, Joe, I know that this is important to you, and this is relevant for what I'm going to say right now. Megan, I understood from our conversations that this was important to you. Well, now we can solve these problems through achieving XYZ and showing the demo, but keep it high level. Don't go into detailed functionality within the demo. like talking about objects or workflow rules and things like that will be too much for them. Keep it high level, like automation, information management. Talk about how things are stored and show them. And keep reinforcing the features that could support return on investment throughout your narrative. So you need to script it. You need to write the story. And as I say, we've got a slide just to recap on that at the end. Now, in terms of technical setup, add data to your system. This could be in a dev org, for example, that gives personalized touches to the client. So it could be accounts or products that relate to their story. Create records and data throughout to tell the whole customer journey, so it makes sense. You've got an end-to-end customer journey. Now, if you're operating in a dev org or a sandbox, for example, remove any fields or related lists that are not relevant. Let's not confuse people. Remove them and get rid of it. Keep it simple. You don't want to create overwhelm. Create a personalized menu app with their company logo. Make them feel that this has been built for them, that you really understand what they need. Show records with accurate data and relevant related records. And show data and dashboards with positive progress towards their ROI objectives. So show them a dashboard that shows they've got increased customer retention over the years, or increased revenue over the years, or increased membership, or whatever it is. Put data in the system that will give you those results and show it within a dashboard. Nothing as powerful as visual reinforcement, and iterate it in your script as you go through the demo. So just to recap on preparing your script, identify the pain points, identify the functional requirements that could help solve these pain points, and map out the proposed solutions. So to join the dots, we can help you solve XYZ pain points through improving ABC functional requirement, i.e. through improving sales, using the following technology, and I'm going to show you how within this demo. As an example, I'm going to help you solve the customer retention issue through improving your marketing functionality using Pardot, and I'm going to show you how within this demo. You're likely to be in a room with different people, which is different personas, and you might need a slightly different personalized view for different teams or departments that you're walking through. So be prepared and communicate that, saying first we're going to tackle sales, secondly we're going to tackle marketing, and walk through their journeys. When you actually run through the demo, have tabs open in your browser so it speeds up the demo where relevant. Don't jump through the journey. Explain Salesforce terminology or change terminology where you think it's too techy, i.e., if people love Kanban views and you know that, talk about it. If they don't know what a Kanban view is, don't talk about it. Again, objects, you talk about, well, we're going to click on this tab and this opens up an object. Now that might be too techy for people, so don't talk about that. Maybe just call it tabs because they can see a tab. Keep it light touch. Actually demo how to change records and how that will update a dashboard. So see and make the data you've put in there come to life and let them see how easy it is to update something. Show how they can create, adjust and add records easily, e.g. by adding tasks. And click through from records and list views into records to progress your story. So actually follow a customer journey through. And if you've got executives in the room, particularly if you're pitching this to them, show dashboards that will appeal to them. And that goes back to the executive level return on investment indicators. And wrap up with that return on investment. Wrap up your whole demo saying, now I hope you've really enjoyed that demo. I truly believe that if you implement, Salesforce Sales Cloud and Salesforce Pardot, that it's going to help you increase your sales, increase customer retention, and achieve your ROI that you wanted. Achieve that 20% increase in revenue that you wanted. So communicate that really clearly and confidently but always remember to put back the dependencies, because you don't want them coming back to you and saying, well, it didn't achieve that. We say, well, did you put all these things into place? So do put in place, those dependencies at some point. After the demo, you might want to talk about it, might in your proposal, it's still for consideration, but you want a great demo. So develop a great demo. Developing a great demo is the best way for enthusing your audience to generate buy-in throughout the process. There's some great tips that I've just shared with you that helps you think about creating your story in your script, creating a tailored demo, and creating a prototype with relevant data within it. Continue to reinforce the ROI benefits within this demo and practice it for different people, and be aware of your different learning styles throughout. Now, if you do all of this, you will successfully engage, enthuse, and empower people in a professional way to love Salesforce like you. The outcome of this session is we want you to feel empowered to deliver a great demo, to sell in and convince your audience that the proposed solution will achieve their ambitions. Now, you're not going to achieve this probably the first demo you do. If you do, fantastic, great. But it will take practice. You'll continue to evolve it, but keep coming back to this deck and keep practicing and keep adding in things and see how it goes. Tweak it, shape it, add in new functionality. Prepare your script, have it written down. And then once you've got it all mapped out and it comes off the tip of your tongue, then you'll get to a point where you can do demos really easily and fluidly, because it will all join the dots. Thank you and good luck with the demo. See you in the next session.